Hi guys, good morning. How are you today? Well, my day started off a little hectic. I woke up this morning and I finally got some work done that I was meaning to do for almost a week. Well, it's been a little over a week now. When my granddaughter had her birthday party in the backyard, we moved a lot of things around, and I went out there today and just moved things around a little more to my liking, and I washed a lot of things off. I put up my tiki poles back again where they were, and it was a little hectic. I thought it was going to be a fast job, but when you're a one-man show, it wasn't a fast job. It was an hour and a half, but I'm thankful that I finally got it all done in the backyard. It's looking back like it was from before. Okay, giving honor to God. Thank you, Father God, for waking me up this morning and these beautiful people that's taking the time to watch my show. Today, my tutorial will be very short. I'm going to make some pork chops, and I'm going to make them out of masalas. It's going to be a gravy on the masalas. And then we're going to have pork gravy on it also. And we're going to do a box of yellow rice and red beans. And I'm going to make some broccoli florets. And I'm going to make my own cheese sauce for them. I want to do something quick and simple, guys. So let me go over the recipes with you, okay? We're going to have the rice boiling, which is Goya, yellow, red, and red rice. And I'm sorry, yellow rice and red beans. Tongue twisters. Now that's for the rice. Then over here, I'm going to do my broccoli florets. I'm going to put butter in it to make my cheese soft, and I let the butter get a little soft. I'm going to use 4 cheese Mexican blend. You guys see, I love that. And we're going to put a little evaporated milk in it to make that cheese melt and come together. And I'm going to put a little Sylvia seasoning on top of this. Now I'm back for the pork. They're pork medallions, and it's going to be a masala sauce on them, okay? So, we're going to put golden pork gravy on it, creamy masalas. They said it can be for chicken, but you can use it for pork or whatever you want that masala taste for, right? So we're going to use that as by Prego. And we have the pork, golden pork gravy. Then over here, I season my meat with these seasonings. I use meat tenderizer. I use onion powder, a little crushed red pepper, rosemary, because rosemary is good on pork. And I'm going to use some of these pepperoncini peppers, okay? And that's going on my meat. Already seasoned it with this. This is going to be my gravy, and this is I'm cut a couple of these in it with this right here. I also cut up some, you know me and my peppers and onions. Green peppers, red and white onion, and I put garlic on the pork also, and I'm going to put that in some of the sauce. Okay, let's go over here, guys. You see my water is boiling, right? And in this pan, I'm going to do the pork, okay? So, I'm going to open this up, and this is the flour that I'm going to use to batter my meat in, and this is the meat I have sitting over here just resting with all those nice marinades on it, okay? So guys, let me put the rice into the pot, and then I'm going to come back and show you with me breading my meat. I'm going to put it in the skillet. Then I'm going to start making my cheese sauce. I'm going to put a pot on for the water to boil for my broccoli. So bear with me, guys, okay? I hope your Sunday is good. If some of you went to church, God bless. Say a prayer for me, please. I should be sitting up in church today. But I just want to cook, and just after I finish cooking, just get in that bed and relax for my hectic day tomorrow at the doctor's office. Well, guys, whatever you're cooking today, I know it's going to be good. I know it's going to smell good. Wish I had smell-o-vision. But hold on, I'll be right back. Welcome to Ms.Deb's Kitchen. I don't think I said that when I first came on. Hit that subscribe, like, and notification button, so you will see me every time I come on. You will get first hit of my videos. Love you. Be right back. Okay, guys, welcome back to Deborah's Delicious Kitchen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I told you I was going to put some of the pork on and start frying it, right? But I want to let you know what I did with the broccoli. I showed you the pot of water that I had boiling for the broccoli. So in the broccoli, I put a quarter teaspoon of sea salt, a quarter teaspoon of adobo sazon. I put in some Sylvia's seasoning, and this is the sea salt. And I put a half a stick of butter. This is 2 packs of broccoli florets. I put a half a stick of butter, I'm sorry. And over here, let's put the top back on that and let that go. Back over here, we have our rice and red beans going. I put a little butter in here and some garlic. You see that. Now, this is our pork frying, so let me get ready to take some of that up. Because remember, I don't want it, well, you don't know this, but I'm going to tell you. I don't want it to fry all the way. I want to put it in a pan, and then I'm going to put those onions and peppers on it and season it. So what I did, guys, I put a little grease in my pan. I'm going to take up these pieces of pork. They've been frying for a good 4 minutes-ish, right? You see that? Wow. Looks good, right, guys? Let's lay it right here. Because with pork, it cooks so quick anyway. So you don't need to even cook it all the way, because you're going to put it in the oven and then it's going to continue to cook in the oven. But I have my AC going this morning. I've been outside in the heat this morning. So I don't really want to put the stove on today. So I think I'm going to do my cooking. Excuse me 1 second. Let me turn this down a bit. I think I'm going to do my cooking in the toaster oven. I think that's my best bet today so I don't get hot. So now I'm just battering my pork. Laying it in there. Always say, be careful, guys, when you're dealing with that, because if that grease pop back on you, you're talking about a disaster. That's why I'm sporting a burn on my arm now. Trying to redeem myself from that darn macaroni and cheese that I messed up on. It was worth it, though. So now I'm just battering these. See me do that. Okay, we're going to let that go. So, I told you everything I put in there. So, my cheese sauce, guys. My cheese sauce is going to consist of the 4 Mexican cheese that I told you about. But you can use any type of cheese you like. My favorite cheese is Cracker Barrel. I love Cracker Barrel. It has that nice rich taste to it, right, guys? So I like to use that, but today I just want to have something already shredded because, like I said, I'm tired. So I just pulled out a bag of that. And then I'm going to put some evaporated milk in it. So what I'm going to do, this is how I make my cheese sauce. Now, you know, Ragu makes a cheese sauce. You can buy it in the jar already made up. I mean, that's good for like cheat days when you want to just go get that food cooking and it's on the stove and prepare for your family, sit down at the table and that's it. But I want to make my own cheese sauce this morning, so I'm going to use the Borden's. I'm going to use the evaporated milk, and I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of butter. So I'm going to put my butter in the pot first after the broccoli boil. Then I'm going to add the cheese. Then I'm going to slowly put the evaporated milk in. And then it's going to be a nice cheese sauce. So that's going to go over the broccoli. Then the rice, the yellow rice and the red beans is going to cook on its own. We're not going to put anything with that. And you know, for the pork medallions, we're going to do the pork masalas. They're medallions, the pork is, because I mean they're small, like almost like a coin, but they're a little bigger than that, so we're still calling them medallions. And we're going to put the masalas and the pork medallion sauce and the pork gravy on it. So bear with me, guys. I got more to show you, more to do, but let me just clean up a bit and finish this frying. Thank you. Hello, guys. Welcome back to Deborah's Delicious Kitchen and Deborah Delicious Dishes. Okay, now, like I told you guys, I put my onions and my 2 color peppers, red and green, in a pot with some butter, a little butter, like a tablespoon. And I put in here a little garlic, and I'm going to put a little more. See that, guys? Because pork should have garlic. I mean, everything tastes good with garlic anyway. Okay, so we're going to let that saute a little. Then I'm going to put it right over here on top of the pork, and then I'll add my gravies. But I think this is sauteed enough, so let's just Look at that, guys. Wow. See that? And that pork looks yummy. Yes. Okay. So now, guys, I'm going to cut that eye off. I'm going to let that sit. This is the rest of the broccoli water that I boiled my broccoli in. And I even cut up the pepperoncini peppers to go, that I'm going to layer over the pork as well. So when I put my broccoli in, I put a little adobo. I put that in the rice also. Let's see if we can get that right here. Adobo, Sylvia seasoning went inside the on the broccoli. A little sea salt went in the rice and the broccoli. And then I put some coarse black pepper over top of the pork. And this is the rice, the yellow rice and the red beans. You see that, guys? Okay, so now let's make this cheese sauce. Hold on one sec. Now, guys, already put a quarter stick of butter in this pan, right? Now I'm going to add my cheese, and this is quick, guys, so watch it. Then here is the evaporated milk. I'm just eyeballing it. That was around about a quarter of a cup. I'm going to stir that. You see it, guys? Now don't get all crazy because you see little pieces in it. That's the broccoli. Remember I told you that I use the broccoli water. What's better than to have those little pieces of broccoli in it and the flavor of the broccoli? So I'm going to add a little more cream, which is my evaporated milk. And you know the Sazon Queen is getting ready to add some Sazon. Because Sazon gives it color. And I like that. Right? So how's your day going so far? I know I talk a lot in my tutorials, so I'm trying to bring it down just a bit. Because when it comes time to edit this, you know, if you have a YouTube page, how hard it is to start editing stuff, right? So we're going to put a little bit of that. Look at me multitasking, right? Okay, so I put a little Sazon in there. Look, guys, what's happening. Look at that color. See that? Let's get all the sides. Let's get everything. Oh, that looks good. Right, guys? And you see how it's cooking down? I want you to get all that. I know it's a little fog in it, in the camera because of my cooking. See that? Perfect. I think that's the perfect color. I don't even want to add anything else. That's it. Okay, so now, sorry for the beating. Let me show you my broccoli. This is our broccoli. Nice and green, right? You know, with most vegetables that you're trying to keep the color in, you would like shock them in cold water. But with broccoli, you can't do that because it's so soft. And I want you to see me pour this, I know I'm sweating because I'm moving around a lot. I want you to see me pour this cheese into the broccoli. Now, you see the broccoli, right, guys? I'll move the pot out. You see that? Now, look. Yum. You see that, guys? Wow. Now, did I say I was going to put some cheese sauce on that, or did I say I was going to put some Did I say I was going to put some cheese on the broccoli? I put some cheese on the broccoli. Okay? So now, I'm going to use a little red pepper to put on top of that. Oh, it's right here. Alright, let's see. Little crushed red pepper, guys. See, let's bring this over here. Oh, that looks good. See that, guys? Wow. Let's put a little crushed pepper on that. Looks like a lot, but it's not. And that, my love, is my broccoli with homemade cheese sauce. Like I said, you can buy the cheese sauce from the store, but why would you want to do that? I mean, cheat days you can, you know. I give you permission to buy that cheese that's already in a jar. But, and it's good, but it's not going to taste like that. Look at that. That looks delicious, right, guys? That's one of my sides, broccoli and cheddar. Let me hold it up so you can see. Look at that. Wow. Let me taste my cheese sauce because I want to know how it tastes and I want to let you know how it tastes. Okay, let's go on the side. No, I'm not going to say, oh, delish, yum. I'm going to say, I said, good goddamn. Sorry, Lord. That tastes good. Oh, my God. Whoa, you taste the richness of that cheese, the creaminess from the evaporated milk, and the butter sets it off. That is delicious. I'm going to put a little coarse black pepper on that, and then I'm going to put my top, let me put my top on it now. So look, we got two sides down. We have our broccoli and cheese down. We have our, now you can see the closeness of the rice. We have our beans and rice down. Now we're going to finish up this pork. So hold on one second, because I want to get that gravy going. The masala sauce and the barbecue gravy. I mean, not the barbecue gravy, I'm sorry. The masala sauce and the pork gravy. I want to put it in a pot and let it gel a little together first, and then I'm going to throw it over top of the meat and put it in the toaster oven. Whoa, what a quick meal today, guys. And the preps, you know, I notice when I do a little prepping beforehand, it makes it so much better. You know, like when you're home, like I'm a home cook, right? I'm a self-taught chef, because I do consider myself a chef, because I've been cooking. I'm 54 years old. And I've been cooking. I have 4 children. My oldest is going on 40. So, I've been cooking a long time. So, yeah, I'm a certified chef. Didn't go to school, but I went to hard knock schools. Getting your butt in front of that stove and on that table and watching mama do it. And then you learning how to do it and feeding them children. You had to come up with something. So, that's where the self-taught chef came into place. Okay, guys, I'm going to do the gravy. I'll be right back with you. Welcome back, my beautiful people. Okay, now I did the pork. I told you guys when I left off. I put it in the pan right here. I'm going to cast a shadow. I always say that because I don't want to cast a shadow. Okay, so we have our onions and our bell peppers in here. And remember I told you I cut up a couple of the pepperoncini peppers. So we're going to put that in here. That's just to give it a little bite. Right? Let's use the rest of that vinegar dressing. Put that in the sink. And guys, I always clean up because like I told you, it makes it so much easier for when it's time for me to just go chill. Right? Let me make sure my toaster oven is on. Okay, that's on. Okay, so now I always keep a little bag in here. Not that you wanted to know that, but just to show you. Yes, you say I move so fast, but I always keep up a bag to hold my garbage and stuff in. Then I could just toss it in the garbage. Okay, so now that gravy I told you guys about is over there cooking. I put 2 cans of pork gravy in it, actually. Always try to have more than one, so if it don't stretch, you got another one to fall back on, right? So this is what I use, the Campbell's Golden Pork Gravy. Now, I added that with a little evaporated milk to give it that creaminess, just a little bit. I wouldn't even say, maybe a quarter of a cup, right? So now I'm whisking up my gravy and my masala concoction together, so I won't have any lumps in it, you know, from the gravy, right? Because the can is processed and it come clumpy, you know. So, and this is the rest of the creamy masala. I love Prego and Ragu. My favorite is Prego. Everybody have their preference, so, you know, I'm not going to say because you say you like Prego or Rinaldi or Paul Newman's or Ragu or any of them. That's your preference. But mine is garbage can going to can. Okay, now, I don't know if I explained to you guys when I did the yellow rice and red beans. I always try to give servings when I think of it. Not all the time, because my brain sometimes don't even remember my name. Okay? So anyway, this box it serves 4.3 people. So that's just enough for my family, right? So, it states that you put your rice in a medium saucepan. Everybody know how to read the direction, but I'm just telling you how I did mine. And it's 2 1/4 cups of water. So I put 2 1/4 cups of water in a pot, let it boil, put a little butter and olive oil in it, And then after it boiled, I put my rice on. I let it boil for like a minute. Then I covered the top on it and, you know, turned the heat down. Let it evaporate, the liquid evaporate, and that's my rice. And you know how I did my broccoli, and I made the cheese sauce. Okay? Because if you're going to have broccoli and cheese, let the cheese be profound too. Because that's what you're putting it on the broccoli for, to hide that old sight. I love broccoli, don't get me wrong. But to hide that, not to hide that taste, but to highlight it. Okay, so now look. This is our gravy boiling away. You see it, guys? Okay, so now I took all the lumps out. I think that's good enough for me to pour it over the meat. How about we do that now? Let me turn that oven off. I mean, that eye off. We're going to come over here. Let me get out the light. To our meat. And I'd rather have a lot of gravy than none at all. But I really did put a lot of gravy in that, didn't I? But that's okay. This can store in a canister or one of my little bowls with a top on it. Put it in the freezer. And when I need a little gravy for something, boom, there she blows. Oh, I'm a consumer. I save things. In this time and age that we're living in now, who have money to waste? I know I don't. So if I make a meal, I always try to feed someone. Not all the time now. I'm not Saint Mother Teresa. But I do try to feed people. And like I told you, sometime I help my daughter out. You know, they have food, obviously. But I'm just saying, sometimes I try to help her out and take a load off her. And then sometimes, you know, if somebody in the neighborhood needs a plate, my door is always open because, you know what, one hand wash the other and both wash the face. So when you can do good by somebody, do it. Because everybody is not fortunate. And I'll tell you time and time again, I'm not a rich woman. No, not at all. No, not at all. But it's about helping out, because sometimes you might not have. And you might be living up on that hill, driving that big, fine, fancy car and all that. And that's good. God bless you for that. I don't hate on nobody. But you know what? Sometimes everything don't last forever. So it's nice to be generous to people sometimes, because you never know what hand you're going to be dealt in life. And when you might need a helping hand, or might need to knock on the neighbor door for a cup of sugar or a cup of flour or a piece of bread, you know, or egg or butter. Always be humble. You know, like I'm doing this and I don't know where it's going to take me, right, guys? It might take me nowhere. If that's God's will, then I have to deal with it. But if it takes me somewhere, I pray that God keeps me humble, because I don't want to try to shine on nobody. Because guess what? We all living. From dust we came, to dust we'll go. I don't mean to sound negative. And one day we all have to leave here. So I hope I leave a mark on the world. Like, if I can't do nothing for nobody else but just to touch them with my cooking, because I'm not a rich woman. But if that leaves a thought in somebody's head, wow, Ms.Deb meal was all right, that was on point. Or I was hungry and she came through and it fed my stomach. That's what it's about. That's what I was put here for. Because you know what? You find a lot of people trying to make that dollar, and I'm one of them. But you make money, and some people, you see rich people, they walk around stingy, mean, everything, me, I'm first, it's about me, not you. They're not happy. So if money don't make you happy, it's okay to reach for it sometime, but why make it your world? Because you can't take it with you. I know a lot of rich people and died, and they land 6 feet under, and that money ain't doing them no good. So that's just something to think about, food for thought, you know. Well, anyway, guys, I'll come back to you. I told you I talk a lot. I'll come back to you once I put the pork inside the toaster oven. I'm going to give it like 30 minutes, not even. But I'm going to put it in a toaster oven, and I'll come back and show you the final results. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. God bless you. You're always welcome at Deb's Kitchen. Deborah's Delicious Dishes, Mama Deb. Don't forget that name, because it might go far one day. You might be sitting at my table saying, Ms.Deb, make me a plate. Okay, I'll come back to you guys to show you the pork. Bye. All right, guys, so your girl is back. I just did some cleaning up and I put the meat inside the toaster oven like I told you. But I know I was getting a little deep in what I was just telling you guys, but I was just letting you know how life is. You know, like nothing is promised. So it's good to be humble because you never know. That same ladder you climb up, you're going to meet those people on the way down. So it's good to be humble and be grateful and thank God every day. Now, I'm not trying to throw religion down your throat, but I'm telling you, Deb's Kitchen, you feed them and they will come. That's so true. That's so true. I'm just saying this to say, we all got to walk that walk, right? And you might go down one street, I might go down another. But sometimes, through this world that we live in, we meet up with each other. So if you can help someone, if you can be a light to someone, I mean, I'm not telling you to give your hard-earned saving to anyone, but if you know someone that's in dire need and they're really in need and they're just not out there, you know, doing them to be greedy, then help them out. This young lady on board, and I'm going to give you on board with me, I'm going to give her a shout out. Shaking It with Shantae. Shantae, I want to thank you. Because, you know, I've been cooking for, like I said, I'm 54. I've been cooking over 40-something years. And when we met up with each other as far as like on the internet, you were there to give me some pointers. You didn't walk around like you had a swollen big head because, you know, you had a lot of followers. You went to your 2,000 subscribers or 200,000. Whichever one it is, congratulations. And you're still humble. Sister, keep it like that because we all need that. If everybody start from somewhere, just like you had to start from somewhere, I'm starting from somewhere. People know me on Facebook and stuff and Instagram for, you know, my cooking, and I cater. I do a little catering. You know, I do little event like parties and stuff in my house or whatever, you know, help out with my grandkids' parties. I love to cook. I sell my little dinners. But you got to keep it humble. And I'm going to keep it real because I can't be nobody but Deborah. So what you see, folks, is what you get. Anybody that knows me, they know I'm who I say I am. And I just want to thank you, Shantae. I mean that from the bottom of my heart because you didn't have to tell me things that you told me. And, you know, you didn't point your fingers at me like, yeah, girl, you know, and it's all wrong. You know what? I would have said thank you and moved on anyway. But I love your persona. I like how you came through. And that will always stick here. And that means a lot. Because it's a big enough room out here for everybody. No matter whether you're on the internet selling things, products, merchandise, or you're doing cooking, or you selling clothing, whatever. Always be humble. Because you might have to be that one on the other end one day. I thank you guys for checking out my video. And before this meat is done, I'll come back with a quick little bump just to tell you how I came out and show you the final results. Thank you so much. Welcome to Deborah's Kitchen. Have a blessed day, guys. But I'll be back to show you the final finishing on my pork. Thank you so much. Okay guys, so your girl is back. Thank you for joining me again. Now I'm going to show you, I took my meat out of the toaster oven. Took it out of the toaster oven. Right? So now let me show you what we made today. This is it, guys. Look at that gravy and look at those vegetables in there. And you know that film that gets over the gravy when you put it in the oven or the toaster oven? Look at that. Ah, yeah. Look, guys. Oh, man, that looks so good. Look at that. And you see the pepperoncinis in there, brocchini in there. You see the red peppers, the green peppers, the onions, the mushrooms. You can even see little pieces of garlic in it. Okay, so you know I got to try this for you guys, right? Let me just try a little bit of this gravy. Wow, guys, that tastes delicious. It really does. So now, you see my meal for today. It was delish. I taste some of the cheese from the broccoli that I made, the broccoli and cheese. I taste some of the rice. It was delicious. I taste the pork medallions marsala, and I put the pork gravy with it also, and it was delicious. Guys, thank you so much for enjoying this day with me. I so enjoyed you guys. I love cooking. I love cooking for you. I love doing my tutorials so you can see me cook. It has totally been a blessing. I know I have been looking tired these last couple of days because I'm burning the candle at both ends of the candlestick. And it shows sometime, but I love doing what I do. And I just want to thank you for coming to my page, Deborah Delicious Dishes, here in Orange, New Jersey. I hope your day be all that you want it to be, and I pray that God bless you and yours, because without God there is no us. I'm going to end this video on this note. I love you. Love somebody back. Peace! Take care, guys.